right now, this is this morning, there are 203 cases. It says there are 606 suspected cases, 3 recoveries, and 2 deaths. However, they're trying to put the deaths off on other things, like the 40-year-old one, the guy that died, they're saying he had diabetes and that's why he died. And the 74-year-old guy who died, they're saying he had high blood pressure and that's why he died. But you can live your whole entire life with diabetes.
And high blood pressure.
And high blood pressure. And live to a very old age.
This is a complication, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, essentially, if this thing wasn't happening and they didn't get it, would they have died?
Probably not.
No.
Not from those things.
Maybe not today. Right. Or when they died.
Your next thing.
We're already in it. Yes, I preempted you. Because I'm slick like that. My other question is, we're looking at what is going on in the world around us here in Mexico, in Puebla. How have our lives changed?
They haven't. They haven't. Which
Have
is
you done anything different?
No, because I don't leave anyway, so...
Well, think about
I don't
everything
come
you
in
do in a day.
I know, but I don't come in contact with people, except for you guys.
But still, everything you do in a day. Have you taken more showers? Washed your hands more? Have you... This is the funny thing.
That was the first time I used hand sanitizer.
Me too.
Just on the podcast. So no, I haven't done it.
My first hand sanitizer. Since this thing has happened.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing is
hilarious.
old.
Somebody gave that to us.
I don't even know.
One of my friends gave that to us before she left Mexico.
I wonder if it has a
An expiration date?
I think 19. Oh God.
Expiration date.
I think this is
Date.
April. Yeah.
April.
19 April 2020.
So it's in a.
So it's only good for another month.
Oh God.
Or at least, I guess that might be a sell-by date too. It could be a sell-by date.
Not an expiration.
Not an expiration date.
But
But
it's certainly not an exploration date.
yes, you have to.
Explore.
Careful.
Sorry.
Careful.
My chair is slippy.
And
You're in it.
overcompensate
It's not
for
the chair,
feeling.
it's you. But it's got a school bus on it. It's so cool.
It's not what
Is
makes
it?
things
Is it
cool.
cool?
Yes.
It's not what makes things cool.
But I like how all the you're on the school. All the kids are on the school bus and they're all looking like this. Ooh. And then, but they're looking at you.
You
So
know
what does that mean?
You know what's really funny?
I don't know. That's a little too confrontational for hand sanitizer.
Yesterday, Aaron came and was asking me for things. Do you have a stapler? Do you have a staple puller? Do you have a flow? And as I was looking through the stuff, I found a brand spanking new unopened bottle of hand sanitizer from
One of your little
China.
ones? One of your little...
Yeah. But I bet you if we looked in backpacks right now,
I've got like 3.
we don't have several of them in our
In
backpacks.
backpacks.
Or
But you know what?
our work bags.
I
or-
think the hand
Never really used
sanitizer
them.
is a good idea if you're out and about.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to come in contact with surfaces that you're not cleaning and they're not part of your environment at home.
Right.
That makes total sense. But
But to do it at home, you have a sink at home.
yeah, just wash your hands. Use soap.
Hopefully you have a sink.
Please use soap.
Just use soap. Soap is better. Soap is better anyway.
Plus
Well,
you can buy more of it, right? Like hand soap comes in bigger containers than hand sanitizer.
Maybe.
Well, and
I don't
if
know
you
what
have the
the
bottles that like
money
foam,
is, but
if you get the bottles of soap that foam, all you do is take just a little bit of regular body soap or the refillable soaps. You just do like a quarter of it of the bottle with the regular soap and fill the rest of it up with water.
and then you shake it.
And there you go. You have foaming soap.
I don't know. You don't really need foaming soap.
Yes, but it makes your soap go longer.
Bar of soap actually still works.
I have those. I have lots of those.
I love how people don't even People don't even think about the fact that they probably got a bar of soap somewhere sitting somewhere that they stopped using.
You know that Keegan didn't know how to use a bar of soap?
How to use a bar of soap?
She's like, I don't even know what to do
Do we
with
need
this.
to do a tutorial?
YouTube it.
She really didn't know
how
how
to
to
use
use
a bar of soap. I'm actually gonna look and see if that's an actual.
She didn't know how to, because her whole entire life she's had gel.
I'm gonna look and see if
Gel?
you can actually.
Shower gel. Body soap.
oh,
Like
oh.
body gel.
But
She's never had to use a bar of soap. She's 16
now I got
years
that
old.
song in my head from The Incredible Shrinking Woman.
I wish I was a little bar of soap.
I wish I was a little bar of soap.
How to use a bar of soap?
Nice. I think we need to.
That's an actual tutorial.
Can we?
Wow.
We should point people.
Please
go
these-
to YouTube on your device and find out how to use a bar of soap.
A lot of these are just like how to make.
No. We don't want to make. We want how to use.
My friend
you
is
know.
actually making soap,
That's funny.
and she's selling out. She can't
Yes,
make
but
it fast
I
enough.
don't understand why anybody would be selling out. Soap shouldn't be selling. I mean, think of all the forms of soap.
Well, I saw an
Right?
advertisement on Facebook this week for like these little slivers of soap. It's just this little thin thing of soap, and it comes in a little container, and they just pull one out, and they wet their hands, and then it's soapy. And I remember those from the 90s or the 80s. I remember having those for school.
What was it now? I didn't-
It's like this little container, and inside it is like little thin sheets of soap, like a bar,
Sheets.
like a bar of soap, but they're little thin sheets. So you just take a
It's
little
like
thin
one-
sheet
it's like
out.
a one-use bar of soap.
No. It's a pack of soap sheets.
Okay.
So it looks like a bar of soap, but then it's just one individual sheet after another. And so you just take one out, wet your hands, rub it together, you're all soapy, you wash your hands. I remember having those, and it gotta be the 80s and 90s.
So that's That's
But they're
what I'm
selling
saying.
it like it's a brand new
But
thing.
it's like a one-use thing, and you just take it out every time you're gonna wash your
Mhm.
hands. Okay. Yeah, I was confused.
Yep.
I was unsure of what you were describing. Yeah, just I mean,
Like this.
like how. There you go.
They're actually called hand soap sheets.
I mean, to be honest, just wash your hands like a little bit more. Just
Okay,
like.
so I've been having
have to
this
go
problem
crazy with
because I have gone to work and I do wash my hands a lot normally. Like that's my. If I'm cooking,
Germaphobe.
if I'm cooking, I may wash my hands while I'm cooking 5 or 6 or more times because I may prepare some non-vegan food and some vegan food.
Oh, for that reason.
So I have to wash the utensils. I have to wash the cutting board. I have to, if I'm touching regular cheese and I put it on something, now I have to go wash my hands before I then touch the vegan cheese to put it on something.
Yes.
So I wash my hands a lot already, but then when I'm out and about, a hand sanitizer or I wash my hands while I'm out, depending on accessibility. So and we live on a mountain, so the altitude, the air makes everything dry anyway. So my hands are so dry they burn. And I posted something about this on Facebook last night about how my hands were burning from washing so much. And a friend of mine said that her daughter, they're in Scotland, the way they make the kids wash their hands at school, because they're still at school in Scotland, the way they make them wash their hands, her daughter's hands are so dry, they are cracked and bleeding. And she doesn't know what to do. So I have a little tub of O'Keeffe's Hardworking Hands cream, and I put just a little bit of that on my hands last night, and within 5 minutes they stopped burning.
See, I don't have that.
But you don't wash your hands as much as I do.
I don't know. I kind of do.
Did you not hear what I said about the whole cooking situation?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that in a day, been washing my hands quite a bit. Maybe, I don't know, my hands aren't drying out. They're just not getting dry, though.
For some reason, my hands are like really clammy.
Yeah, my hands aren't dry.
Mine are
and
so
also,
dry.
I also use,
Especially when I'm typing.
like, because my legs get very
You
dry,
use
and I
the
use the
petroleum.
Vaseline.
Oh yeah, it's not petroleum jelly though. It's cocoa butter, right?
It's got cocoa butter in it, so that's also on my hands
Yeah.
as well. But I'm washing my hands quite a bit too, so I guess I am getting some protection from the dryness from that.
Well, I had been putting lotion on a lot, and I had been using this Bath and Body Works body cream with the shea butter in it, and even that wasn't enough. So I had to go to the working man hands thing.
Hey, whatever works.
It works. Thank you, Christopher.
So nothing, no real changes to what we've been doing.
No, nothing's changed really. I mean, I'm working from home. That's the only change.
Except for seeing all the coronavirus memes, which are pretty funny.
You know,
See,
it's
the problem that I have with the meme thing, when a thing is happening, yes, it's funny, and I think people need levity. But the problem is that makes some people take things less seriously because it's something they're laughing at. And how do you know what to take seriously when the information is kind of all over the place?
Yeah.
And you know, people are sitting back and they're going, I'm laughing at this thing. I'm laughing at what they're doing in other places. But yeah, what if the government, and what I found out during the Spanish, I found this out this morning, listening to Back in the Theater, that during the Spanish flu, the government also shut down everything for a time. Federally shut down all movement, and shelter-in-place orders went out to each state. And some states didn't follow it.
interesting.
And they got lots of cases in those states.
Well, I saw a thing yesterday saying that blue states are being affected more than red states, and they were talking about why. And the reason is pure logic, but the fact that they equated it to red and blue just made me pissed. It's all about how people live. Like, in a lot of democratic states, the people live closer together.
I know, but you're not. Are you saying democratic states or democratic counties? Because
Counties.
one county could be.
So if it's
one state could have both.
But if it's
kinds of
a traditionally blue state, what they were saying is because they have a higher population and they live closer together, then therefore they have higher cases. Whereas in red states or more conservative states, people tend to live further apart and they're more isolated, and therefore they're not spreading it like the same way. But that's just logic.
Yeah, it's population.
Why do a news story on it?
Population density more than political leaning.
Yeah, why make it political? It's not.
Oh, that's just because that's what they do.
That's their job.
However,
that's how they
some
do
of these memes are tickling my teacher heart to no extent, because like these moms are now like, oh my god, it's day 2 and are they going back to school yet? Like every day I see posts from moms. They don't want to teach their kids. They don't want to be home with their kids. They want the kids are. It's only 2 fucking days so far. Shut your ass.
Yeah, but
it's been a
it's
week.
2
Big
days,
deal.
but there's no plan for them to go back.
So
Well, that matters.
now I know that I'm one of those mothers, and I have a couple of friends the same way, that absolutely hated sending the kids to school. I cried when breaks were over. I didn't want them to go back. I wanted to be with them all the time. That's not the norm. I get that. But now here are these parents that have to homeschool their children, and they are struggling.
Because not everybody is a teacher.
Well, duh. But they are also, they're dealing with their kids. They're dealing with their 1 to 5, whatever, however many kids they have. But they definitely don't have 20-something kids at one time.
1 to
And they're crying about, oh, this is so hard. I don't want to teach second grade math. I'm not a teacher. This is so difficult. How do these how do these teachers do this all day? I only have, 3. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Come on.
If you can't do second grade math, trust me, you need to go ahead and take that class at the community college where they can help you.
There's a mom on Instagram this morning talking about, oh, Lord, I don't want to teach. I'm not a teacher. It's not in my heart to be a teacher, but I'm a mother, and now I have to be a teacher, and blah, 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 blah. And she was just rambling on. And I was crying because you are your child's first teacher. You are a teacher the moment you get the child. So stop saying you're not a teacher. You just have to change what you're teaching.
Of academics.
Yes, you are.
But you kind of are.
No, that's what she's saying.
But you kind of are.
But you are.
Already
no,
are.
I understand, but she's saying I'm not.
She's saying she's
teaching
not.
Science.
I know, she's saying she's not, but you already are.
Right.
You start teaching about how to make that cake. Trust me, you're already doing
You're
the
talking
science.
fractions. You're talking
doing that.
following directions. You're talking literacy
Measurements
skills.
and
You're
everything
talking
else.
math skills
You do
and
it
science
without-
and chemistry and
It's done without knowing.
But see, if that's the case, and you start to think of it that way, then all of a sudden, everything you do, you are teaching.
Right.
Because you can then make that history and research and finding out. I mean, you can do it so simply just in everything that you do every day. Okay, we don't separate, we stay together all day, and let's look at what we do all day. All of a sudden, you've got boundless amount of lessons there and things to go into and find out about and research and blah, blah, blah. You got so much fodder, for growing minds. You've got it.
Yeah.
All you got to do is use it. But I think the problem is people think, like people do to you guys all the time, what curriculum are you using? It's like, it's not about curriculum. It's not about just finding
Well,
out.
the thing
It's
is
not about
that-
doing what somebody else says you should be doing. It's about using the tools and the stuff around you to
But teachers are sending home lessons and sending home activities.
Yeah, but
and
now it's just about making them do it. Now they're fighting with the
Right,
child, making
right.
them do it.
And then there are companies like Epic and Audiobook and Teachers Pay Teachers and Education.com. All these different resources that are offering resources for free, at least until the
And
end
you
of
already
June.
got Netflix.
Right.
The documentaries on Netflix are amazing.
Stuff I've been watching for years. Since discs. Damn it. Discs.
I like to use things like, especially if you have little ones, do the Magic School Bus. That's on Netflix. Do the, the 72 most deadly animals or whatever.
Yeah.
The 72 most deadly blah, blah, blah.
Just go to Netflix
And
and go to
documentaries.
That's all you have to do.
You can get every kind of subject matter that you want to get. And then you got the YouTubes.
Oh, they have brain games on Netflix. That's good for like older kids. They're really fun. 100 Humans is on Netflix right now, and it's a science experiment type show, but it is hilarious.
I mean, there's
That's
so
great for
much.
teenagers.
There's so much. Even in some of their dramatizations of history, because even in that, it gives you something to think about. Did that really happen? And then you go find out about. And I don't know.
We have so
if
many
we think
resources
if you think
now.
about the exploration side of education, the sky's the limit.
Right.
Just ask a question and then go find out the answer and just try to understand the world around you. I mean, you could make COVID-19 your thing.
Yep.
And literally get into all of it. Like, why Wuhan? Why China? Why do we have coronaviruses? What? Just asking the questions can lead you down a road of research and finding out more and gathering up information that you probably wouldn't even have thought about,
Yep.
even though you get a cold and a flu every freaking year and you haven't thought about the word coronavirus,
Yep.
even though that's what they are.
Yep.
If you want to follow the Traveling Fars, you can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and the Google Podcast. Wasn't there something else? Wasn't something supposed to get added to that list?
Yeah, your new podcast.
No, something else. I thought, maybe not. I thought there was another place. You know, where you get your podcast.
Wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Or given away for free. The Traveling Fars, if you like the Instagram or the Twitters. Traveling Fars, if you like the email, travelingfars@gmail.com. And the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the Blueberry. Lots of stuff going up. Trying to do at least one part of a show per day. Usually around 10 a.m. So keep a lookout for that. Play it for your kids. No, actually don't play us for your kids. Yeah, trust me, you don't want to do that. They're gonna have questions about shit.
Yeah.
But there is the funny. The funny is definitely in there somewhere, because boy, you never know what I might find to put into one of our videos, because we just did this one. I don't know what's going in here until I sit down over at the desk, and then it becomes, oh boy.
Yep.
There is some funny going on. Like Shaq's haircut from last week. Or the week before.
Loves all women.
I love all women.
You laughed at that so hard.
Yeah,
for
boy.
several hours that one.
Telling you, man. Just, you never know. All I can say is you never know. Just keep watching, man. Just keep watching, because tell it what's going to happen. Right? Love all women.
The hands.
Say goodbye to people, man. Say goodbye to people.